Yo, what is going on? Welcome to HiNdSite 2020. Greg, how we feel today, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Dude, living the dream, man. Almost Friday. Got some nasty cold front coming in this weekend, but man, pumped. Dude, I'm excited to follow along with TOC, man. It's that time of year.
It is that time of year, man. Big cold front coming here. We got a lot of rain coming, and we need it, man, because freaking water is just ridiculously dry right now. I mean, there's really nothing going on, man. I mean, it's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We have a reservoir called Lake Mooney here in Stafford. It's probably 6 feet down right now. So we need some water, man. Fish live in water, dude.
Dude, yeah, I was on Fork, I guess last week, man, and God, it's low. So low. I mean, I know it's low from when they drew it down to do the repairs on the dam, man, but God bless it, man. It is so low. But man,
dude.
Yeah.
You gotta share this thing because, like, where's everybody? Because I know they ain't watching freaking football tonight. It's the freaking like Falcons and Panthers.
We just hopped on right quick. Here. We hopped on quick, bro. We did hop on do our normal, you know, get it ready, all that.
Yeah,
so.
I know, man. It was a crazy day for me as well as you, man. So
yeah,
it's all good, dude. Did you see what happened in the stock market today? Holy
dude!
Smokes.
For a day, we looked like a country that has their economic stuff together. So
I was like, oh my God, NASDAQ was up like 7%. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, man. But we'll get some people time to roll in here. You know, fishing season kind of winding down to a close, but
yeah,
we are going to play a fun little game. We're going to fantasy draft.
Yeah,
some,
man.
TOC teams.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull this up, man. We're going to have a little fantasy draft on the TOC. That is going to be fun. Boom. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, that's the same list I'm looking at. So we'll use the same list. If there were any last-minute changes or anything like that,
what's up, Greg and Blake? Anyway. What's going on, boys?
Yo, what up?
Yeah, we're going to show that out, do a little fantasy draft. And if anybody wants to join us in the fantasy draft tonight, just raise your hand and we'll get you on.
Oh, dude, I'm down. Yeah. Dan Ferry says let's.
Okay, you want it?
Yeah, dude, I'm down, Dan.
All right. Hey, so Dan, what I'll do is I'll send you a link and you come on.
Dan, you got to pick you a fantasy partner though, because we want to do it. We don't do team drafts.
Yes.
And it's me and Greg versus the listeners, the viewers, whatever. So you pick you a fantasy partner.
We'll get them on.
We'll get y'all on.
Yeah.
Y'all can have a moment to talk your strategy if you need it.
So we're gonna do a snake draft, right? Best 5, right?
Totally.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You pick 5, Greg. I get 5. It's our 10 versus the guest. The guests each get 5, and we'll snake up and down fantasy draft style.
Right on. All right. And so when we're ready, we'll send you the actually, I'll tell you, I'll send you the link now, and then you can forward it on to whoever you want, right? And then once we're ready, you can come on. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, got to get you a partner though, and then I guess we'll just do like for first is 50 points because we got 50 anglers, right? Second 49, and you guys just get points that way, and we'll have to make a little wager.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little wager, no free bets.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
And no nitro gummy bears.
Yeah, it's in the warehouse.
Pretty adamant about that.
Yeah,
and I do think that we need to take a moment to celebrate my Houston Astros and applaud the fact that Nick Audie does not get to have a World Series title for his Phillies.
Yeah, no doubt. No, it was like we talked about, man. We talked about this on the Motion Sports Show. It was like for us in DC, it was like, who do we hate the most, right? I mean,
sure.
I was rooting for the Astros because I cannot stand Philly. Listen, man, I have a rule, okay?
Yep.
And we talked about this. If you put Cheese Whiz on a steak and cheese sub, you're a fraud. You're an absolute freaking fraud. Your city's a fraud and your state's a fraud. You don't put Cheese Whiz out of a can on a delicious, just perfectly cooked steak sub. You got to put the provolone on.
The
provolone.
The only place I've had a cheesesteak I did not like was Philadelphia.
It's garbage.
It's horrible.
Pat's and Geno's are frauds.
Yeah, you don't put Cheese Whiz on a perfectly good sandwich.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't. I mean, it's just terrible. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and get talking about, man, dude. Look, can we just like let the monkey out of the bag here, man? What the hell is wrong with people right now, man? Like they ain't got no fishing going on. They've lost their freaking minds.
Dude, there's 2 times a year when anglers are the angriest. One is the moment in the season they realize they're having a dog shit season. They get crotchety. They start getting this summer burnout. You know, maybe they start off and it's the spring and you're catching all your fish shallow, and then it gets tough, and then you realize, I'm not very good.
So that could explain it in BK, because a lot of these guys that are just like crybabies are not good fishermen, did not have good years, and they would take out their anger and they take out their frustrations on people that don't deserve it. I mean, it's like, dude, I am legitimately concerned about the mental well-being and the mental state of kayak fishermen today. Whew. I mean, some of them it's just tough, man.
It's my third year being around it. And there's just certain times a year where I know I'm just sitting here waiting on Facebook. I'm like, here it comes, man.
Yeah.
Here comes the crotchety post. I don't know why.
Hey, Greg Crafts, you want to get on this draft with us tonight, man? Come on.
Yeah, bro. Be Dan Perry's partner.
Yeah, be Dan Perry's partner, man. Come on.
And dude. I don't know, but that always happens. There's like the time where you realize you got your ass whooped at a bunch of tournaments, and the posts are normally like, I'm selling all my shit.
Yeah, I've seen I'm selling all my stuff.
Yeah, selling my stuff. I'm over this. And then there's I guess like a little resurgence towards the fall. Fishing gets fun again, and then it's
right.
Everyone else's fault or whatever. Marcon, what are we drafting, dude? We're having a Hobie TOC fantasy draft.
Yeah, Mike. So if you want to get on, you want. Greg hadn't said yes, so you might want to get in. But anyway, here's God, freaking Warhawks. You see, we talk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. We're doing this draft here. It's me and BK versus, I know Dan Perry's in, and we need one more. Mike, if you want to get on, I'll send you a link, and we're just going to do a snake draft, right? We each get 5 fishermen, and the best team wins. So we're putting up something now. We're not just doing this for freaking fun. We're putting up something on this, man. So
Yeah,
let's go.
put it up something. We can go individual, or we can do the 2 guests versus Greg and I's team. Either way, I'm happy with it. Either
Marco,
way.
if you're in, I'll send you a link. You and Dan Perry can come on, and when we're ready, we'll absolutely have you on.
Yeah,
and do this.
Dude, I'm pumped, man. The roster for TOC looks great. Man, dude, the pre-fishing stuff. Have you see that fish Calvin D caught?
Oh, I did.
10 pounder.
10 pounds.
Legit 10 pounder.
Yeah.
Not a 4 pound 20-inch fish that somebody posted up there and was like 10 pounder, like legit 10 pounder. And then I saw I think it was Matt Millard caught a like 8.6, something like that. Big old fish, man.
Yeah. They're catching tags, dude.
Dude, Cado can it produces them, man. It's crazy. Yeah. That's where Robert Brown got his PB, right?
It was on that kind of it was the Bayou. Bayou, okay. Is where he got it.
Dude, I'm pumped, man. Like last year, TOC was on Eufaula, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christine ended up making a last day comeback, crazy finish.
Yeah.
That tournament was more exciting than I thought it was going to be, man. I mean, just being honest with it, when I saw Eufaula tournaments bummed me out. Never that exciting.
So let's get off. Let's go off on this little tangent here real quick.
Sorry.
The thing is this: if like all these schedules are starting to come out, KBF had their schedule come out, Bass get ready to put theirs out, and then I think this week here, the other schedule is coming out, and we could ask our guest, Dan Perry. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
What's going on? Dan, so the TOC, this is obviously the TOC week, right? Hobie's schedule comes out this week too, right?
It does. Yeah, he's supposed to announce it at the TOC.
Oh,
okay.
That's awesome.
It's the same way he did it. He did it last year that way too.
Gotcha. Cool.
And Bass is supposed to be out. The new leader is supposed to be on KBN here, and in the next week or two. So
yeah, I got you.
Kind of heard some rumors, but we'll see if they're true or not.
Right on. I heard possibly, I think on the Hobie schedule, I heard this being leaked. Cayuga's on there.
Oh, really? New York?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, right on.
Dude,
Dan Perry, fresh off the KFL championship, the MVP, dude, unbelievable.
There we go.
Playoffs you had, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it all came together and worked out, man. It doesn't happen like that very often.
Dude, man, for the people that maybe didn't watch or listen to your interview, you want to give us a little juice? Because it was posted, but
Yeah, I mean, I caught them on. There was 2 different things going on. It was because the pockets, the water had dropped so much, it was kind of shallow that they pulled out of the pockets, and they were sitting on the outside in little defined creek channels going into pockets.
Yep.
So I caught a couple that way, and then whenever the sun came up, they went up into. If there was enough water on grass on the outside of the pocket, and there wasn't other boats heading it, then you. Excuse you.
My dog.
Just. Oh, did he die? Is he alive?
What are you doing, man?
I thought it was humping your leg
something
or
to
something,
say?
man.
Are you talking?
Wow, that dog is furry.
Yeah, he's a furry boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but they were sitting, and then whenever the sun came up, they were kind of going up into the grass. So I caught a couple on a frog there, and then the other kind of deal that was going on is whenever the sun came up, on outside pockets there was isolated grass clumps, and they would move to those clumps, and you could catch them up in there. And then the last 17 I caught was on a bluff wall, kind of throwing up on the bluff wall, and then just out from that there was some brush piles, so just kind of letting that wacky rig hit the top of the brush piles and just kind of popping it off there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I listened to you talking about catching them on the outside edge. Oh, here we go. What a team.
There you go, man. A mauler, a Coosa Kingfisher, man. I mean,
it's good.
The call coming together.
Yeah.
Dude, where's this list at?
Oh, I've got it.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the
Oh,
screen.
okay.
So
Yeah,
y'all
we'll
can-
put it up.
y'all can
I
see
was
it,
just getting
but-
my little guy to bed. I've been up since 3:30 hunting.
Oh, Lord.
I think I'm crazier into bow hunting than I am fishing by like quite a bit, and I suck ass at it for some reason. I don't know. I can never get it done. So I've been stressing, dude. I'm not sleeping. I'm going hard. I got a couple big ones I'm trying to kill. So
Oh, man.
forgive me if I'm a little bit out of it tonight.
When's your
We have a night without the kids, so the wife's going to be home soon with some dinner, and we're going to hang out. And
There you go.
Nice.
All right, well, we gotta get this fantasy draft underway then, because we can't ruin that.
Yeah, we can't let Mike. Not go to bed, man.
I was talking about Dan with his dinner. Mike can go to bed whenever he wants. He might need it.
Yeah. Hey, it's got to happen sooner or later.
All right. So I mean, Dan, let's finish this conversation real quick about what was going on. I mean, so you were just kind of like making a circle round and round, man, right on the mouth there. I mean, it was.
yeah, it was one big pocket. I caught 4 of them in one big pocket. I was just kind of doing a little run, just letting them cool off, and then eventually I went over to a couple other areas. And the reason I chose the area I did is because it had so many different things going on. It was grass, it was pockets, it was
Beautiful, man.
shell bar, it was all bluff walls, just a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
it was like such good timing, because like you'd interviewed Dan, he was talking about that. Well, Tactical Bassin had released a video, I think like 2 days after the championship, and they're fishing, Tennessee waters. They were talking about how the water was down, and they were sitting outside the mouth of a pocket where it just started to get deep, throwing big glide baits and catching them. And I was like, man, that's good info, man.
Big Tactical Bassin. Tim Little came up to me and goes, "Hey, man, aren't you Greg Nozar from the?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I said, "You want a picture, man? Sure."
Yeah.
I went up to,
That's exactly how it happened. I swear.
Yeah.
I went up to a shop that day and got a bait. I didn't see him in there.
Yeah, no, he was good. Good people, man. Real good people. All right, let's get this fantasy draft going, shall we? Let's do this, man.
Do y'all want a team? Are y'all teaming up, or are we all individual?
Yeah, we'll do a team, man.
Okay.
All right, you and Mike, and then me and BK. All right, so what are we gonna put on this, guys?
I don't know, just
No
let's
nitro
just-
gummy bears, none of that crap.
I don't know. Face tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
How about some
I mean,
FX coins? Those are worth a lot of money.
yeah, FCX coins. Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's so low, we can do a Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin, yeah,
Okay.
16 grand.
I was like Tackle Warehouse gift card, something like that. Does that work?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, do
Do I-
20 a piece.
All right,
Okay,
sounds good.
I'm for it.
We'll do it.
And
All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing here. Boom, there we go. All right.
Distance from the lake is draft order.
hey, what are these red explosions next to each?
Those
That is-
are
that's
dugout bait and tackle.
Dugout bait and tackle. This came from Steve Owens' page, so that's
Ah,
dugout bait and tackle. So
Thought we couldn't draft those guys.
There we go. Yeah, hey, shout out to Dugout Bait and Tackle. They sponsored the team, so thank you to them.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, congrats by the way too. I didn't get to. Yeah, you guys did a great job. Not to get off topic, but man, very impressive. Good work.
Yeah, and y'all making it there 2 years in a row. That's crazy. So
We'll see.
it
We'll see
just
about this
worked
year.
out. Yeah.
But cool.
All right, boys. Let's get cracking. Who's furthest away from the lake?
Well, I'll tell you what, I got a random wheel spinner. You want to do that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that. Whatever.
We can do that. We can figure that out here.
If you got it loaded up,
I got it loaded up, man. Let's see. Here we
let me
go.
go get something to write with so I can make sure I have the teams written down so I don't forget.
All right. I'll click the spin. See what team picks first. You know what I mean? Well, there you go.
That's bullshit. What is this? Arizona?
Hey,
Big
man.
elections here.
It's like that best beard award.
Exactly. Yeah. It's rigged. It's rigged. All right, man. Me and BK get the first pick. So we'll share the screen again. Let's do this.
Yeah, we'll just do 1-1. Mike can go first on our team.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
a lot
fine.
of pressure here. A lot of
Yeah.
pressure here.
Man, you,
All right,
you
so-
got to carry this team, man. Come on.
Well, I've done so much research on this.
Yeah. All right. So I go first, and then we'll go Dan or Mike, and then BK, and then
I'm last
Like usual.
because we're snake drafting.
yeah, exactly. All right. I'm
happy
gonna go
with that.
first. I'm gonna pick the G-Man, Guillermo Gonzalez.
Hey, all right.
You writing these down, BK?
I am.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
You know, I got to go with Drew Gregory. The season he's had, I'm not going to fade the guy.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there's
know
no
how much
creeks in
experience
Caddo,
he has
bro.
down there, but I'm going Drew.
There's no creeks at Caddo, man.
We'll
All
see.
good. I like the pick.
We'll
I think
see.
it's a good pick.
All right. Dan, let's see. BK,
Dan.
it's you.
Oh, me. I'm taking Scotch, man. Matt Scotch. I think he's due. I think he's had a good practice. Scotch always does well on those type of lakes. I got Scotch.
I'll choose Bailey Eichbrett.
Dang it, dude.
God,
Dang it.
that's a good one.
Dude, that was my next pick. Upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go. You can't not have this guy at.
No,
Caddo.
wait. It's Dan's pick. Snake.
Oh, that's right. It's a snake. It's right. It's a
Snake.
snake.
Oh,
That's
it's
right.
me again. Okay.
Yeah. It's a snake. Yep.
Oh Lord. Josh Stewart.
God, dude.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Those are my next two picks,
Cole-
literally
Cole-
in order.
All right. BK.
I know. I'm rattled. Okay. I had
me
my
too.
picks. I had my picks ready. I was good to go. I had my spinner bait guy with Bailey. I think he'll do well. Man, just picking solely for points here. I think I gotta take Cody Milton.
Okay.
Cody, I know he won't let me down. I know he'll do high. He'll do well enough to get us some points here. So that's where I'm going.
Mike.
I got to go with the champ, man. Russ Snyder's. I can't leave him out there. I don't know.
Mike is picking the America's favorite team. He's got Gregory Snyder's. So
Yeah, I'm going chalk.
favorites.
I'm going chalk.
Yeah, I mean, why not, man? I mean, how could you not go Christine Fisher? So I'm gonna go with Christine.
Okay, dude. Greg got the power couple.
Power couple, man. And then it's a snake, right? So, give me Jody Queen.
Oh, nice. Like it.
That was my next pick. Way out there, I know.
Yeah, I mean, third round, start a third round.
Yeah.
Mike, who you got, man?
Oh, it's me again, or is it? I think it's Dan.
No, it's you.
No, it's you.
Oh, okay. Another real just wild pick. I'm gonna give Ewing Minor a shot.
I see it.
I literally don't know how to cancel that.
I see it.
So, literally, I was going to take
Sorry.
him over Christine, but
Yeah, and I'm actually going to take Nolan Minor.
that's strong.
I'm for it.
Yep.
All right, Dan, you got back-to-back picks here.
Okay. I'm going to choose Justin Largen.
Oh, God.
I like that one.
Yes, I like that one.
Dude, Dan's
That's
team
good.
was strong, bro.
And Ron Champion.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dude gets it done.
He does. I can't hate on the pick. We got some more Hawks things
Ah,
coming up
shit,
here,
I'm
Greg.
telling
Get
you,
that
man.
out.
It's just,
Get it out.
I'm trying to, man. Trying to use
Greg, I think I've reached a point where I think I'm ready to take a swing here. Might hurt the team, but I gotta try it. Calvin D just caught a 10-pounder, bro. That's gotta be giving you some kind of momentum feel in some way. So I'm gonna
That's
take Calvin D, man.
That's
You got a 10
big.
in practice?
He just caught a 10.
Wow.
A
That's cool.
legitimate 10.
I feel like I may have seen that floating around.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's insane.
Maybe a little bit of a reach, but dude, you catch a 10 in practice, you got to be feeling good. And
Yeah.
obviously you're doing something right. So it's Mike Mike, your pick, man.
Yeah, I think I'll man. This is maybe another just real risky one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be a little, not that it's risky, he kicked ass all over the place. Give me Cody Henley.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
Yep.
I don't know if he has a lot of experience down there, but dude's a fisherman, so
Dude, guy can fish. Yep.
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 Um,
Greg, last two picks here, back to back.
I'm gonna go my man Eric Siddiqui.
Okay.
And if he's throwing a spinnerbait, there's probably nobody better than this, but Jason Broach.
Okay.
It's so hard to pick these people.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's for fun. We don't know what we're talking
It's
about.
ridiculous.
But I'm glad, Dan, you're getting to experience it. So when I make bad picks next year, you'll know the pressure I'm under.
I mean, the cold front is why I'm choosing the people that I am.
Yeah, you know what? Let me do this before you pick. Can I change my pick from
No,
Jason?
hell no.
No.
Can't
Wait, man, no
change
one's
my
picked yet.
I know who you're picking too, and
Who am I picking?
you're going Jordan Marshall.
No, I'm not.
No, oh,
Nope. I'm gonna change my pick.
all right.
Not Jason Broach. I'm gonna go Richie McMichael.
Okay. Richie McMichael. I like that.
Yep.
All right, Mike, last pick here, bud.
You know what? I'm gonna take Broach because I really think you just screwed up there. And,
Uh-oh.
this is
Okay.
gonna be the dagger for us.
Barry, you know it, son. When I come to fish with you, Barry, I'm gonna be on it too. So that's life, man. Okay, last pick here. Ooh, man, still some good names up there, but I like reaching. Ooh, I think I am going to take Matt Millard.
Yeah, good pick.
He just caught an 8 in practice.
Yep.
Looks like he's having a good time, having fun. So I think that goes a long way, for it. Oh God, man. I may have betrayed myself.
And I get the last one.
Yeah,
Adam Reiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was torn. I was looking at Adam and Matt, and I was like, let's go with Matt. He's had, at least what I've seen, the better practice. But then I was looking down the list. I saw Nandine, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I was
I
saying.
should've
So
taken
there's a couple guys. I mean, that we obviously didn't pick up.
Nandine.
Nandine's
we didn't
one
get
of them.
Marshall.
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ethan Jett.
Tuvu.
Francis
Yeah,
Tran
yeah.
can absolutely catch him.
Yeah, I can.
And he's not from too far away from there.
Yep.
Man,
All right,
Garrett Wade he did very well at Toledo Bend fishing Cypress. So,
BK, give us a summary of the team.
all right. Mine and Greg's team is Guillermo, Christine, Jody Queen, Eric Siddiqui, Richie McMichael, Scotch, Milton,
Doing the
Nolan
draft.
Miner, Calvin D, and Matt Millard. Strong work. Their team, the guest team, Drew Gregory, Russ Snyder's, Ewing Miter, Cody Henley, Jason Broach, Bailey Ingbritt, or I'm sure I'm not saying his last name right. I
Eichbert,
can't. Yeah, Eichbert. Josh Stewart, Justin Largan, Ron Champion, and Adam Reiser.
Okay.
I win.
And we're not doing by inches. We're doing like if you get first, that's worth 50 points. Second, 49.
Just do dollars. Do dollars. Cash and checks. You know what I mean? Like just add up all the money. So
Okay.
like highest earning team. Oh, although
You-
that can get kind of crazy though.
I just want to make it by like,
Yeah.
Well, first
equal.
place would blow everybody out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
but first is 50. Oh, you're talking about if we did cash. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
So first is 50 points, second's 49 points. And then like, depending on how they do, you get points totals. We'll see who's got the higher point total.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. Sounds like fun.
Dude, yeah, this cold front though is gonna make it
Yeah.
crazy.
Or just do the like the places and just do the least amount of points. Make it easy.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 is worth 1 point, 2 is worth 2
Yeah.
points. Yeah. At least
Yeah,
5 points.
that'll
I'm
work.
sure.
Yeah, perfect. That'll be good. Well, boys, so okay, so I gotta ask you guys a question. Mike, what are you guys doing, man? It's getting ready, winter in. Freaking, I guess you guys put up your yaks, and now you guys are going out and hunting all the time, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of the guys are still fishing, but not that I'm not. I'm telling you, man, I'm like real into it. The bow hunting, I go nuts. So, but we'll be ice fishing. Right now for us is a good lull. I mean, guys are still in the water, but it's just kind of miserable. 20 degrees in the morning. It's like, yeah, and it gets, it's dangerous too. It does. It gets a little sketchy. Um, I mean, in minutes you're in a lot of trouble up here, so we'll still go out, but there tends to be a little lull, and then once the ice is on, that can be fun, but that's not the same,
No.
that's more of a tailgate. You go out and booze and grill stuff, and
Right.
you don't really care about catching fish, or I don't know, but yeah, so we're kind of just chilling out. Teams talking about just off season stuff, kind of, for us, like a lot of you guys, you get like New Hampshire has like a Winnie, and obviously Pennsylvania has like a Susky. For us, it's tough, man. I mean, there's not a lot in Massachusetts, so we're kind of brainstorming, like, hey, fewer lakes this year. Like, what are we gonna do? We got a lot of stuff we got to work on to kind of and have a good strategy. There's certain places we can go, but man, all these dudes we fish against know it so well, and if other
Right.
teams have a home field advantage, we got to come up with something. So there's all that going on, but really we're just kind of chilling. I mean, it's just, there was a lot of travel, a lot of tournaments, we're just like, we're not even talking in the chat that much, we're just like, we're just chilling out,
That's what we're doing too, man. I mean, it's just like, it's an exhausting season. I mean, not from the KFL standpoint, but you got
All of
everything, right? All encompassing. You guys have EKF, which I plan on fishing a ton next year. I can't wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, you gotta come up for that, dude. I am telling you, man, that trail. It's not just because it's like a whole, dude. It's awesome. I think it's like my favorite individual trail. Just
I was telling Ken. I mean, everybody just raves about it, and they think it's the best trail in the nation. No joke. I mean, I know Hobie's acclimated, and it's just like it is what it is. But I mean, how it's run, the payouts. I mean, just the content and everything else you guys do, and I mean, I applaud it, man. I mean, it's. I mean, the freaking schedule's amazing. I mean, what you got Cayuga, you got freaking Lake George, Champlain.
Yep.
I mean, Messalonsky.
Yeah. And I think they're doing Messalon. I don't know if it's Messalonsky and one other. And then they're going to do, was it the St. Lawrence or? Yeah, I think the St. Lawrence, right? Or no, what am I saying? Not St. Lawrence.
There's the Connecticut River. There's the Charles River.
No. It's real fit, giant smallies. I'm just, like I said, very few hours of sleep.
The Susky?
No. It's up by, it's like the furthest one we're doing. Oh my God.
Fox
it's
River?
awesome. What is it?
Fox River?
No.
Because
you'll know it too if I say it. Yeah. I'd have to look at the schedule, but it's like amazing. They're worried about flow, so they're doing like a backup event for that, possibly. Not St. Lawrence, this is so, I'm sorry. But anyways, you're right. Like the trip. Yeah. St. Lawrence, right? That's what Kras said.
Yeah. There is a St. Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're doing St. Lawrence, dude, I'm all in, 100% all in.
Yeah. So it is St. Lawrence. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that should be a pretty amazing, I think that'll be fun. But they are worried, that place can get ripping. And if it's if it gets dangerous,
you just go on the base.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but the schedule's sick.
It is sick. I can't wait to get up there, man. I know Cayuga starts like May 6th or something like that. So looking forward. Dan, what about you, man? What's the one par for you next year, man?
There's no off season here, man.
You got Alabama trails.
Cheers. Yeah, it doesn't stop. I know we'll have a couple of tournaments. We're going to have a big bass tournament, I think in December on Pickwick. So like a last chance to qualify for the classic deal. But besides that, I'm just just signed with a new shop. Getting all my stuff ready. Got 2 new reels. I was literally stringing up new reels whenever I was listening to the to the show. So
right on, man.
It
Awesome,
doesn't stop
dude.
down here, man.
Yeah, it's saltwater time for me.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to go red fishing and
Yeah.
flounder and trout, man.
Us too. I'm from the coast, and
Yeah.
Mississippi and Louisiana. That's the best time in southeast Louisiana to go fill up the cooler with trout and redfish. So.
It's the same here, man. Like
It's hard for me. I mean, right now the Potomac is fishing so good right now. It's like I want to go saltwater fishing. I want to go, drum trout and all that stuff right now. But man, I can't give up. The bass fishing is just absolutely spectacular. It's kind of like, man, I could just drive like 20 minutes down the road and I'm on like, on bass like it's nobody's business, man. It's hard to turn up, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I'm one of those weird people that I actually don't love the fall bass fishing. I like the winter. It makes them very predictable.
Rich, what's up, man?
You don't get a lot of bites, but when you do, man, they're big. I mean, that was when I caught my 8-pounder last year. Was day before Christmas. So colder it gets. That's I like that. That's
right.
It gets easier to target. And right now, man, the salt. Desmond was in the chat earlier, man. I think I'm gonna go with Desmond. Weekend of Thanksgiving. Go take the cooler and just get to work, man. See what we can get done.
Same here. The trips back home to Mississippi on the coast. It's Thanksgiving's trip to Louisiana, Christmas trip to Louisiana, and my dad's boat. So yeah, two coolerfuls right there.
Yeah. Did you cut your teeth saltwater fishing or?
Yes, I'm from the coast.
Yeah. Okay, my man. I'm saying I only have a kayak because I used to just love dumping that thing under the Galveston Causeway at night and just sticking redfish and getting tugged around in my little 10-foot pelican.
I've literally never saltwater fished out of a kayak.
Oh,
what?
My dad has a bay boat, and whenever I
no need,
yeah, I get it. No need. You're right. All right. So, what's the biggest saltwater fish you caught, Dan?
I was in after 9/11. This is bad, but after 9/11, a lot of people deployed to some terrible places. Well, I had just gotten to McCord Air Force Base up in Washington. I had only been there a week whenever it happened. I had just come from Korea for a year. Hadn't even gotten my stuff yet. So the day that happened, I was like, fucking sign me up. I want to go. I'm ready, take the fight to them. Right. And, a week later, I went to Diego Garcia for 6 months, and that's where the bombers were stationed out of. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into a story, but
no, it's all good.
Good. That's what it's for.
Hey, man, happy birthday, Marines, man. Let's talk about military, man. Let's go.
Yeah, why do they celebrate a birthday? Nobody else does that. Come on, Marines.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh,
hey, I'll get some.
I'm not gonna.
Well, hey, listen. Anyway, happy Veterans Day, man.
Yeah, but that's where the bombers were stationed at after 9/11. The B-52s and B-1s. But if you look at the tip of India and you go straight down right off the equator, there's a tiny little tropical island called Diego Garcia, British Indian Ocean Territory. And I caught a 72-pound tuna there.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the biggest I ever caught. I've caught cobia and stuff like that.
Yeah,
down here, but that was the biggest one I ever caught.
Sick.
Right on. What about you, Mike?
I've always been more of a striper fisherman. I haven't done a lot of the big tuna and we have some big tuna up here, obviously. But that's certainly not a kayak thing. But no, I've caught some big stripers. I think I've told you guys before. There was a long time where you couldn't even pay me to freshwater fish. I was out there chasing stripers for years. We were on the Cape, and it was actually my first kid 5 years ago that, I fished like every day of my life as a kid. And I was so burnt out on freshwater, you couldn't pay me to go. I was just like, dude, no, and those stripers are so fun, man.
They are freaking tanks.
It was just kind of hard to catch a bass after catching like 40-inch stripers all day, but it made it harder to go down the Cape every weekend. And I joined some local kayak trail and started winning a bunch of tournaments. It was like, then all this, so, but yeah, mostly just stripers. We've done some shark fishing and all that, and it's, but I've never caught a big tuna. But I'll tell you one thing: if you guys you guys ever do the albies? You ever chase albies?
Oh God, yeah, man, freaking yeah. Yes,
dude, you want to talk about fun?
Those are fun.
Oh my god,
light tackle, man. God. Oh my god,
yeah, they're little football-sized tuna, and
I've caught those, but I don't call them that. God, we call them bonita.
No, that's different.
Okay.
Bonita are smaller than the albies. So
Okay.
the albies are false albacore, and they're like, it's insane, man. I mean, because you got to use real light tackle,
Yeah.
and I mean they'll straight up spool you, or obviously break you off. But when you get hooked up, say you're in a boat with 3 guys, they're tough as hell to catch. Like at times, but there's times where you double or triple up, and dude, you are just running back and forth on the boat, going over, going under. Those things will charge right at you and then go the opposite way. It's awesome, man. So those are a blast. The saltwater stuff up here is great, but yeah, it's tough with the little guys. I can't, I don't know. I can't get down on the Cape all the time, unfortunately.
So we would go out of old well, it's a place. It's like a little island.
Oh, here, I gotta let y'all guys go. Sorry,
Yeah, do
dinner
your
just
thing.
arrived, and I'm fat and I'm
Do
hungry.
your
I
thing,
get it,
man. Do your
man.
thing.
Thanks for hopping on, Dan. Appreciate
See
it.
y'all.
See you later.
Later,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Later.
Go team.
So I was fishing when I first got into kayak fishing stuff. I was a big saltwater, like Blake was talking about, man. And we would just go out there trying to get these monsters and stuff. And I was out with this guy named Elias. You ever heard of Elias V fishing?
I've seen his YouTube stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a big saltwater guy, and this is kind of like one of my first experiences out in saltwater with basically my old Outback, my 2016 Outback. And I'll show you this video, man. Let's see if I can pull this up. But he was filming, and this happened, and I was with him, and kind of gave me a new respect of saltwater fishing on a kayak, dude. Check this out, man. This is exactly what happened, man. Holy nice. Let's see here.
Dude, I've seen this video.
Yeah, here. This
big
is it.
Shark, big shark, big shark, big shark. Real
Yeah.
big shark. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
I was
Get away
beside him.
from me. Get away from me. Big hammerhead,
Big old hammerhead, bro.
Yeah.
big hammerhead, big hammerhead.
Yeah,
On the rudder.
Man, dude.
yeah.
Dude, he's in a tiny little kayak too.
Fucking hammerhead isn't a problem.
They're vicious,
This
man.
hammerhead shark was a little too curious for my
Yeah,
liking,
look at that.
and I decided
Oh,
that based on his
Jesus.
curiosity for my rudder.
Yeah, who's going after his
probably a
rudder?
good idea.
So yeah, that was kind of like one of my first experiences out on the freaking water. On
Well,
a
dude,
kayak.
yeah.
It's insane.
When we were kids, like you could do Cape Cod. It's friggin' insane what's happened on the Cape with all the great whites. Because I'll tell you right now, like I know the movie Jaws was in the Cape. When we were kids, there were no sharks, no great whites in the Cape. I mean, it was super rare. And now it's like I think they said second most populated place in the
Well, I mean,
entire world.
Yeah, it's warmer water, man.
Yeah.
That freaking the Gulf Stream goes way up the coast and stuff, man.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So I'm sketched out. I'm like, dude, I'm not taking my friggin' kayak out. Like that's just stupid, man. I mean, you're asking for it, and it's like you really are kind of asking for it. And if you do the bays and stuff, Derek and those guys down that way. I mean, they have some awesome not backwater, but more like bay type stuff. And
Yeah.
Probably less likely to have a problem. But there are areas on the outer Cape where you're straight up stupid to go out there. I really think so. It's gotten kind of dangerous, but you see the one last night, the dude from Australia, he's like 50 yards from like a jetty, and a great white comes up and literally like swings under his boat at his paddle. It like swings on him, and he's just like, holy shit, and flies over to the jetty. And I mean, he's not far from shore at all. Pretty
wow.
crazy video that just came out. And it's like, dude, I'm all set with that. I wouldn't even be having fun. I'd be thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Every
Dude,
time you land a fish.
YouTube is so amazing, like getting to see all these people do this stuff. But I watched a video one time of these guys over in Australia, and I guess they work for I guess Daiwa. It's probably the biggest like manufacturer over there, and they just sent them a box of just a crate of these boxes, and they're like, just go out there for like a week and just fish with this stuff. And I was like, how do I get that job? I want to be that dude where they're just like, hey, can you go put this tackle through hell and see how it does? And I'm like, yeah, like all paid for. Like, dude, Whatever that job is, I want that.
Best
I
job in
want
the
that
world.
so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greg,
I
your
paid
biggest
stupid money to
saltwater
find out
fish?
stuff is junk, you know?
My
Mhm.
biggest saltwater fish was well, listen, okay, so June 5th, like when I was like it was my birthday. So I guess I was like, I don't know, 20, 21, 22 years old. Got a
Yeah.
400-pound blue marlin out
Wow.
deep sea fishing.
That's awesome.
And then that fall, that was in June. In November, I caught a 72-pound. I'm sorry, no, the record was 72 pounds. It was 68-pound king mackerel. I showed you that
Dang.
that one BK.
Yeah.
68-pound king mackerel was 4 pounds from the state record. And speaking of hammerhead sharks, it was funny because we were live lining right bunker, and hammerhead was like chasing the bunker and just like all around the boat, and the mate took a bat and beat the hell out of it on his head.
Yeah.
And then we took off, right? We went like 5 miles away. That damn hammerhead shark followed us
Jesus.
to the next fishing spot.
Yeah.
It was insane. It
Dude,
was
that's
following the boat
crazy.
the entire way.
That's
The
crazy.
hammerhead's like, would a hammerhead be a problem though? Like, do they? I mean, I guess a big enough one, but like, do
They're aggressive. They're
they
aggressive.
bite?
as hell.
I mean, I guess they get your foot.
Oh
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
it's a fish, but-
They're aggressive.
Yeah.
as hell.
I like I love fly fishing, right? So I mean that's a big thing I want to do. And I really want to go get a tarpon. And they talk about like the time when all the tarpon come in. It's so hard to land like a trophy sized tarpon, especially on a fly rod, because the hammerheads just annihilate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were
I do
like,
have a 110-pound tarpon. I got on a fly.
that's sick, dude.
Yeah, dude.
God, that's so cool.
Yeah. So
on a
so-
fly,
On a
dude. That's
fly.
incredible.
Yeah. This was in Isla
Yeah.
Morada. Yeah.
That's so sick.
So check this out, man. This is a guy named Rich. He's named like Rich. It's called Fishaholic. This guy's fishing in the Florida Keys, right on the bridge.
Yeah.
Check this out, man. This is freaking ridiculous.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh my god! On his little Outback.
Yeah. No thanks.
I've not seen this.
It's awesome.
I'm sure it is.
Got him out. Oh my gosh! Holy oh my god! What? We got
Bro, I just shit my
my
pants.
god! Whew.
I think
Alright,
I actually
holy-
would shit my pants.
No, I'm not kidding.
Excuse
dude.
my
That-
French. That was just insane. What a crazy sporadic little bite the last 15 minutes we've been getting onto. A big tarpon, then we got the jack, like a nicer side, another nice tarpon, then the grouper, and then a freaking shark. I'll have to rewatch the freaking footage to find out what kind of shark that was. Comment down below if you know.
That's a
I was
bull shark,
thinking
man. 100%.
maybe like
Yeah,
a bull
gotta
shark,
be.
so we'll have to change our underwear later.
Yeah, that's
I
what's
would
up.
say, man.
And
That's what's up,
That's crazy, dude.
dude. Yeah. Well,
I think I'd be more worried about a bull shark than almost anything.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
You-
number one offender, bro.
You ever
Yeah.
see the video where the one's just going? It's like I don't know if they have like drone footage or what. The thing is just going ape shit on their motor. Like, dude, it's the scariest thing you'll ever see.
Dude,
It's like
bull,
you get the above perspective, and it's a motor. I mean, you know how big and heavy those are, and the thing is just thrashing it, and you're like, holy shit.
God,
Just
dude.
I don't. It's not even like predatory. The thing's just pissed off. Like it's those things are so pumped full of testosterone. They're like the pit bulls of the shark world.
it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
I was talking about the tarpon earlier because like I used to get the saltwater fishing magazine or whatever, and a guy told like I was reading this deal where he was waiting for tarpon. He was only in like 2.5 feet of water, and he's like leading the tarpon next to him, and like a 13-foot hammerhead eats the tarpon like 6 feet from him, and he had no idea. that
Oh
the
my
tarpon was there.
god!
No clue a 13-foot hammerhead is sitting right next to him, bro.
So, Mike, check this out. So this picture was taken by a photographer from Orlando, the Orlando Sentinel. This is out of Daytona Beach, right, on the jetty. And that shark that you see right there, I was just coming back. I was in the waves trying to go get the mullet. It was a fall mullet run, and I got surrounded by these black tips. Like there's like 6 or 7 of them,
Nah,
and I mean they were at my freaking ankles. Right. And I mean, they're just chasing freaking bait everywhere. And I got caught in a swarm. And this is where this guy took out his camera, basically wanted to see me just getting freaking eaten. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had to back out and like drag my feet out and kick all this mud up So, like the sharks really couldn't see what was doing, but I was trying to get out as quick as I could. And I was able to get back out. And that was me kind of backing out and just going, what the hell happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
it.
more worried when you're in your kayak of sharks or alligators?
Oh, alligators don't bother me, man. Actually, sharks. I mean, sharks.
I'm way more scared of the gators than I am the sharks.
No,
Dude,
man.
when I was in Kissimmee, I went up. Well, I guess I won't say which one. Just the other guys go there, but I went way up, dude. I was like, I'm gonna win in practice all week. I was doing okay, not great, and then I go up there and I put up like 95 inches in like an hour, punching mats in one of the big canals, like the connecting two lakes, and everyone was talking about all the big bulls on this particular body of water, and I had to go an hour and a half to get where I was going. And it was a cold front. So I found this video about punching the canal hyacinth on a cold front, like very specific. And I found the spot that this dude was talking about. And it was awesome. I mean, it was the most fun you've ever had. Like a punch bite, and I'm talking big fish. And I'm just like, dude, I'm going to win. I was like, I'm going to straight up win, and conditions were going to hold. But anyways, I came around the corner on one of the bends, and I mean, like, I feel like guys embellish the gator stories. Like, they'll see some shitty little 6-footer and they're like, dude,
It was like 18 feet
gonna eat me.
long. Yeah.
I am telling you, man, like, this thing was fatter than my boat. Easy. I mean, I came around the corner. I was like, what the fuck? What is that thing? I'm like, that's insane. And he's just laying there looking at me. And and I'm alone. I'm like way the hell up this canal. I'm like, dude, everyone's like, yeah, the gators aren't a problem. And I was like, that thing is a problem. I don't care what the hell you're trying to sell me. I was like, I'm all set with that alligator. I just motored out of there and was like, and then I had a couple times where, they blow up, when you scare them. I mean, no one told me about that, and I'm from Massachusetts, and first time I got up to one and he blew up like that. And then he kind of went by my boat and there's this giant wake. It took me like 3-4 days till I was used to those things, dude. It was a little spooky at first,
Dude, go to Tenarock, and if you go, let's see, what lake was it? Hydrilla, right? Yep. If you go to the back of Hydrilla, there are absolute dinosaurs back there, man. And during mating season, dude, it is. I mean, I was out there with Doug Wilson, man, and like you said, I was trying to punch bite. Doug is literally up on top of the bank and like where the gators lay, and he's punching, right where the gators lay and stuff. Like it's no big deal. I ain't playing that, man. I'm telling you, these things were like 12 to 14 feet long, and I'm not exaggerating. I was fishing off this ledge, cranking, and then I had this like 11-foot gator, 10-foot gator was right beside my kayak. Literally, I could just pet it. It just popped up beside my kayak, and I'm like, what the? I mean, completely ridiculous,
Yeah, man. I have only fished Gatto. Oh, dude, you follow is horrible. When people send videos of that stuff, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be that safe. I know everyone says it's not a big deal, but like, this got to be kind of dumb, right? I mean, we're in a tiny kayak. Like, even just think of like shit happens, like the one time you make a mistake and fall over.
You never know how aggressive they're going to get. I mean, I was BK when I was at Fellsmere when I won the KAF thing. Yeah. I was in this cove and I was, just basically trying to follow the bait and try to follow what was going on. And dude, I got surrounded by like 10 gators. They were just like circling around, man. And I had no way out. I had to go through the gators to get out, man. So I just like, basically punched it and just trying to just plow right through it. But I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, it's like looks like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, man.
Yeah. I fished Gatto one time and I like threw like a jig or something up towards like a tree that was real close to the bank and got hung. And I'm pedaling up and I feel my fins kick bottom. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I hit bottom right there. And then, like what you're talking about, I just got that fucking crazy thrash and my boat's like, and I was like, holy shit. And like, I never saw the gator, but I was like, dude, that was so powerful. If that thing wanted to fuck me up, 100%. It 100% could.
Yeah, that's more what I mean about it. Like, are there like the likelihood that they're gonna mess with you is like very low, but like you're totally at their mercy. If that thing gets it in his head that, hey, I'm gonna give that boat a go and just you're done, dude. Like,
man, after that
You know?
after that shark experience with Elias, I have to tell you, man, like sharks are so unpredictable, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I think gators you can kind of, you know, catch their, you know, their drift or whatever. I mean, you can tell if they're gonna be aggressive or not. Sharks, man, they just appear out of nowhere and they just freaking, you know, are nuts, you know.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they're on predator feeling, man, you don't have a chance.
Yeah.
In Texas, like we have that bay system that Mike's talking about. You know, if you're getting into like that deep water, man, you got to go far, really, really far. But that being said, like I've waded a ton in saltwater, and I was with a guide in Anahuac, and there's like an oyster reef, and you know, like that's just money for reds. So like tide's falling out, we're fishing around this reef. And this like 30-inch red launches himself on top of the oyster sticking out of the water. And I was like, what the fuck? And a bull shark comes up and grabbed the back half of him off the top of those oysters.
Oh,
geez.
Dude, you could not pay me to get back on the water after that. I was so scared.
I don't blame you, man.
I like Jesus walked back to the boat, my man, on the water. And the guy was like, it's probably okay. And I was like, hell
No, it's not okay.
no,
Bull
it's
sharks
not
are crazy,
okay.
dude.
Bull, bull sharks. See, the problem with bull sharks too, man. Like this was a couple years ago. Me and my friend Dennis Robinson, we were fishing at the 301 bridge, which is very brackish water. I mean, it turns into salt water, and you know, we were striper fishing, and dude, like all this peanut butter was in there, and dude, literally 2 bull sharks came right between me and Dennis. I mean, this is Potomac River, dude. Like this is way up river, but they can get in fresh water. And we've heard stories about bull sharks being up in the Potomac River. We're like, this is kind of bull, you know, the kind of like wives' tale stuff. We witnessed it firsthand. It went under Dennis's kayak. I'm like, I told Dennis, don't freaking move. This is no joke. Like, don't move. Like they're right underneath you. And they were slashing their tails everywhere, and their fins were coming up because they're just destroying all this bait. We got the hell out of there as quickly as possible. We were telling people on the shore, like, dude, there's a couple bull sharks out there. And they're like, oh my God. I mean, but it's insane. Like when you see it on the Potomac River like that, man, like it's crazy how aggressive they are.
Yeah. And
they're
being in the
unbelievable.
kayak, when you see them, like you said, Greg, it's game changing. Because when you're in that tiny boat and you can feel when they swim by you how powerful they are, that's spooky shit. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it really is.
Up the North Carolina, it's called the Neuse River. Like goes up, you know, it empties into the Atlantic Ocean. But the Neuse River, you go way up. They've been caught like 100 miles up inland in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about the Jersey? Like it was like real famous back in the day. Got probably like the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
And they thought for years they said it was great white, but it went all the way up the river and just kept mauling people, you know. And they think now that it was actually a bull shark.
They were having like children disappear in the river, like what you're talking about, and
swimming in the river. Yeah,
they thought it was like some current or something that was taking kids, or like, you know, all kinds of crazy wives' tale. And they determined later it was like bull sharks.
Yeah, which is terrifying. I mean, it's like, you know, but the water, dude. I've done a lot of stuff. You know, it's like even like I did elk hunts, and you're in the mountains, and like there's so many bears, you know, and like lions around and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, I'm from Massachusetts, dude. There's not a lot of shit that can kill you here. You know,
all right. So,
you know, and
Mike,
it's like,
okay. So what would you rather die of? Getting mauled by a bear, getting bit by a poisonous snake, or getting eaten by a shark?
I mean, sharks last. I know, suck. Bear would be kind of I don't know, maybe you could get a few in, so it'd be kind of a cool story. Like you got a hunting knife, you know. But like a shark, what are you gonna do? Like you're like, yeah, I poked its eye a little, and then it like ripped my ass off. The snake I'd probably take the snake. I don't know, man.
I think snake's prime there. But yo, you didn't even throw in gator, which is the worst. And it's why I'm the most afraid of them over the shark. The shark just rip you to pieces. The gator like drowns you first, like an asshole. Yeah. Bro, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they do both. They kind of maul you and drown you.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude. I got sucked into a terrible black hole of what is that crazy river in Africa? And they do the migration every year, and the crocodiles just lay there with their mouth open.
Yeah.
And they miss like 100 in a row. but then they just all start eating whatever they grab alive. Do you ever see the one where it rips the fucking zebra's face off?
Oh yeah,
And
saw
it's
that.
still alive?
Yeah,
Like, dude,
that's painful.
craziest stuff on earth. You
It's
know, it's like,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah. We complain about, like, inflation. It's like, dude, those things have to walk across a river and they just leave their mouths open because they don't have to try. And you have to go. You have no choice. And it's like we got it pretty good, man. Like, there's so much scary shit in nature.
We got Joe Biden we have to deal with. We got that stuff.
God,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Yeah, I used to I cut my teeth in saltwater, so I go out night fishing a lot. Lights, all that kind of stuff, and probably the scariest I think I've been in my kayak. I was like fishing, and I turned and looked, and probably this far from the kayak, there's this dorsal fin coming up, and I mean it's as big as my kayak. It was a porpoise. But it scared the shit out of me, dude. Because I was in 3 feet of water, and I was like,
I'll tell you, man, actually, part of the scares I've been in a kayak was legitimately down in freaking Lake Fork, man. I mean, it was ridiculous going down this small creek, skinny creek, and back to this pocket, this cove. And I heard it kind of opens up to another area, and it has a lot of fish in it. Well, it literally, it's no more than 4 feet, 5 feet wide. And then you're just getting bombarded by spider webs and spiders all over you.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't like that.
And then you got freaking buckbrush on both sides of you, right? Well, I get through there, and there's a freaking snake right at my face here, and there's another snake right at my face here. I'm like, okay, so I have a choice to make. You know what I mean? It's like, do I go or do I gotta come back? See, that's the thing. I have to come back through this. I'm like, nah, I'm getting out of here, man. No thanks.
No, it's too much.
No, I'm out. There ain't no fish worth that, man. No.
The snakes don't bother me. I think
that's never-ending story stuff, man. You can't do.
Dude, I don't know him that well, but did you ever? I think it was Casey Reed. I'm not positive, but he posted there was a cottonmouth. You know how the AP 120 or 136, the seat flips up
under his seat.
Yeah, and it was there all day apparently.
All day,
the whole day he fished. Yeah, and the thing was curled in a ball. Dude, I reach under my seat all the time. That
scares the piss out of you, man.
Imagine that though. One little thing, and he's out on the water.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Snakes suck.
No, I mean my kayak, when I put it in, I have my seat out and everything. He lets his kayak in the water overnight, or
I don't know.
No, I mean he just crawled in underneath the seat where the kayak is, and he just didn't check the
just chilling.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It was in his kayak. I think it was Casey. It was in his kayak the entire time he was fishing.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Can you ever had
snakes? You ever had snakes drop into your kayak?
I've not had one drop, but I've seen them fall out of trees a lot. Okay. And I will tell you, if I go down a bank and there's overhanging trees, I am beyond paranoid that there's a snake in the tree.
I had a small one drop on me. This was actually at Lake Anna. I had a small one drop down on top of my kayak and then slither off. And then I was in Miami fishing the canals, and I had a freaking snake. I don't know. I guess he just liked the color yellow. You know what I mean? He was it was crazy. Just beeline it for my freaking kayak and try to crawl up my freaking kayak. And I had to beat it with a paddle.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
But that buckbrush stuff, man, on Palestine, there's been a couple times, I'm getting up close to the brush and I get ready to flip and I'll look and there'll just be a cottonmouth 3 feet from me just sitting in that brush looking. And I'm like, I'm not going to flip that brush. Sorry. I'm sure there's a 10-pounder in there, but no thank you.
Are the cottonmouths going to kill you right away, or is that just going to be miserable?
It's miserable. Yeah, I think it's more like muscle spasms and miserable. And then
are you going to die if you get bit? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, we don't have them, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, you would die. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Enough of it. Well,
no shit.
Yeah, it's not like.
No, bro, you die if you got bit by a cottonmouth.
I
thought I read that cottonmouth is more horrific, but you'd probably survive it, terrible pain.
So if you got antivenom, yeah, but their mouths are. I think what you're probably talking about.
It's a very powerful bite.
Their mouths are really disgusting. They have a shitload of bacteria, and so most times if you get bit, you also get an infection. So atrophies everything around where they bite you. So
See, dude, that's the one thing about the Northeast. Like we have none of this shit. It's like, dude, there's no. They say there's timber rattlers in like New Hampshire somewhere. I don't. I've never seen them. But dude, we have nothing. There's no poisonous anything. It's you know, we maybe have some black bears. It's great. Like we don't have to worry about anything. You know, except gray whites. That'll eat you asshole first. But
Yeah, right.
other than that, it's
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Now, my uncle was a preacher, and I actually went and saw this guy that like came to his church all the time. But as a kid, he got bit by a timber rattler, and it hit him so hard it like knocked him off his feet as a kid. But his whole leg was basically like just his femur and tibia. Like you couldn't see all the muscle around it was so atrophied it never grew back. Like it's crazy what their venom does.
That's terrible, man.
Dude, it was just wild. Like, I mean,
see, as like as a hunter, that sucks, man. I mean, I just think of like the shit because I like to go into like big swamps, and I just think of like the shit you would run into. Like I was thinking about that a lot when I was in Florida because those dudes go out in those places and
they hunt all
that, and I'm like, my God, the shit you have to contend with is like crazy compared to there's no fear, there's no worry when I go in the woods. I'm like, I have nothing to worry about. You know,
the place I would hate to go is Louisiana, man. Louisiana is crazy. I mean, it's sportsman's paradise, but those guys out there, man. I mean, they run it in all sorts of crap out there. Everything that you can imagine is in Louisiana.
I cannot believe in Texas, Florida, Louisiana, like during like teal season, right? Like teal season's earlier than like the rest of the ducks, at least for us in Texas. Those guys that teal hunt and send dogs out, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that is gator bait.
Yeah,
like, I don't teal hunt because of that. Like,
if a gator ate my dog, I would go on the biggest gator murdering rampage you've ever seen.
Oh, I'd kill absolutely.
I would kill like baby gators. It'd be like I would kill every gator. Like I love my dog. I would seriously. I'd probably shoot a lady wearing a gator purse. Like I'm telling you,
dude. I'm the same way though, man. Like I can't believe guys will do that. Like when it's when the water's still warm enough for gators, I will not duck hunt. Like I'm terrified, dog or no dog, to get in the water where like I know they're there. Like I wwon't do it, man. The Florida guys are crazy, bro.
Dude. There's another great YouTube video of one that rolls up on the guy, and you see him. He shoots the shotgun right next to it, and the gator looks at him like he kind of like, and then he's like, that didn't scare me, and keeps coming at the guy. And I don't know if he shot it in the head or what, but the thing stops. Clearly, birdshot's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna kill a gator.
Probably not.
And it just kind of looked at him after the second shot and then swam away. But it's a pretty cool video too.
Nah, man, but Louisiana is, and like, you know, I guess that's the trade-off. Like, if you live in the South, you can catch really big bass and stuff, but you also got to contend with shit that can kill you.
Yeah.
Hey,
slight trade-off.
Slight trade-off. I mean, look, you go to the boys in Caddo. I mean, Caddo's no joke. Caddo's got some.
Dude, Caddo is one of, for people that haven't been there, haven't fished it. Dude, it's what I wish every lake could look like. It is wild. When you're out there, you feel like you are in.
When you go out from everything. When you go out to the back parts of Caddo, like these boat channels and stuff like that, way back there where the duckweed is. And
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Salmania, all that. Yeah.
Like those woods talk to you back there, man. It's crazy. Like I mean, you know, and the freaking like it's like red bees. You know, that they get up on the posts and stuff.
Yeah.
These freaking bees are everywhere, man. It's crazy. And then the spiders, man. It's like, God.
Dude, I fished that tournament with no unit. Like, I didn't have my graph. It wasn't working. So I didn't have GPS. And there's, like, no signal up there. Dude, I was lost as shit.
Oh, yeah.
When I got done with the tournament, I was like, how do I get back to the ramp? Like, I have no idea, bro.
I mean, there's nothing out there. I mean, like, when you're in the middle of the Caddo, I mean, there's nobody out there. I mean, there's like, you know.
I got to get down there. I've never fished it, and it's man, I would love to. It looks so cool, but like I don't even have a frame around. Like this time of year, what are those guys doing? I mean, is it like a fall bite, like topwater deal? Or are they going to be doing all power fishing, like spinnerbait deal? Or
I think it's gonna be a spinnerbait, man, and maybe a crankbait deal, dude. Like I honestly, I think to me, like me and BK were talking about it, and I don't know where these guys are going to be fishing, but man, if you're going to be chasing these bass on those cypress trees, I think you're wasting your freaking time. Especially with this cold front coming in, I think you have to find deeper pockets, deeper channels, and deeper trenches, like these bass highways, right? And I think with the colder weather, they're going to be lethargic. They're going to be kind of schooled in together. They're going to find some sort of maybe cover, like maybe lily pads or something like that, but they're not going to be on these damn trees, man. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I think they're going to be way off the trees. I think they're going to be out in, especially during the middle of the day, they're going to be out in these channels. And I think if you find a school of them, man, you're going to do very, very well.
So Mike, you've never been to Caddo. I would say the deepest spot I ever fished in the lake was maybe 9 feet. Maybe.
Yeah, see, I was even picturing shallower than that. Like, I thought the whole place was like 3 feet.
Sorry, I think the majority of it is. I was saying the deepest spot I went over, but I was like crossing a boat channel. I didn't have my graph. I was just like feeling with a jig, like how deep is this?
Yeah.
So I don't know that.
My feeling with a cold front, like, and I know literally not. I mean, I could still see him being on wood, but maybe like that isolated outer stuff. You know what I mean? Like
that's what everybody fishes, though. That's going to be so precious.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Well, Greg, there's a thing that if you've not been to Caddo, we got to talk about. It ain't like there's a tree.
No, it's a gajillion.
It's so overwhelming when you first go there. You don't know where to start. It is just as far as you can see in every direction, cypress.
Well, good luck. I mean, and here's the thing. You might fish like 20, 30 trees and you get a bass, right? Off a tree, right? And then you've got this other huge stretch of trees. You're going to try to find another bass. I mean, they are just so sporadic and they move. And so you got to be at the right place at the right time, man.
I'll say for anybody that doesn't fish a lot of cypress, for me, I've only fished there 2 days. I had a practice day and a tournament day. In my practice, I was like, I'm just going to target the biggest trees. And when I say biggest, I mean widest, like the widest bases. And it got to a point where I could literally be like, that tree right there has a bass on it. I'd go flip it, catch one. Tournament day, not on any of those trees. They had to have a certain amount of knees sticking out of the water, had to be getting sunlight. They'd be right on the knees. Like it was just weird, man. But
so Matt Vogt was fishing where I was fishing at Bistineau. Matt figured him out. Matt absolutely destroyed him, but I was brought around by Rodney Kinnan, and he told me what to look for in these cypress trees. I'm not going to give away the juice at Bistineau, but like you're talking about, BK, basically find the oldest tree. You know what I mean? The oldest tree possible. Yeah. And, it has very distinct features at Bistineau of what to look for. But Matt absolutely destroyed him. He figured it out very well. I think he finished top 5, if I'm not mistaken, at the championship down there, man. But he was crushing on a chatterbait down there, man. And God, he destroyed him. Absolutely destroyed him. I don't know what his specific pattern was, but he figured out those trees, man, like it's nobody's business.
But I think there's a couple of bites that could be in play with the cold front. I think one, the giant Sylvania mats, if they hold heat, I think that could play.
They'll be in that duckweed too, man.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, a frog bite would not be a terrible thing on that duckweed.
I just like punching it when it's cold. Just exactly what Mike was talking about down in Florida. You find that hyacinth. We don't have hyacinth. We have giant Sylvania on that lake.
Caught mine on a funnel between. Yep.
And I think that is the pattern that will play more here.
That's going to play.
But, it could be cold and post-frontal, and they may suck up to trees. I don't know, because the trees will hold heat.
That's what I was thinking, but I have no experience at all.
Well, and I haven't fished this lake in a cold front, so I don't know. But I think, like we're talking about, these duckweed or giant Sylvania mats could hold heat. You may be able to punch them out of that. Maybe to get them to come for a frog. I mean,
dude, if you got a punch bite going in a big tournament like that, like probably the biggest tournament, I'm really not sure. I love a lot of different fishing. Like I think people think maybe I'm more like, drop shot deep, but man, I don't think if you get on a punch butt like that, and especially with that type of pressure, that would be the coolest fucking way to win. Like you're just sitting there swinging on. I mean, I don't know, man. If that happened, that could be an exciting tournament. You know,
the only tournament I've won was on a punch bite, and I'm just telling you that is hands down got to be top 3, if not my favorite way to catch them. You just jack the piss out of them.
Dude, it's just so tough because if it's your plan, it's so boom or bust. You know what I mean? Or in a kayak anyway, because that happened to me in Guntersville. Like I had an awesome rookie year, and I was, I think, first for rookie of the year, and that's when Conant went nuts. And dude, I struggled so bad. Like I found a punch bite, and I'm like, all right, I got this. This is what I'm gonna do, you know, and I'm good. And it was like any fish I got was huge, but I knew for sure it was gonna be like 5 bites. I'm like, I'm fine with doing that, and I went out there and got like 1 fish day 1 and was like, dude, I just blew it on day 1, you know. And it's
the thing with punch bites, man, is you got to stay committed, man. I mean, there's so much, it can be overwhelming, right? But dude, you plunk a 22 on its head, it's going to bite. I mean, it's just going to bite.
Well, and the other thing with punching or flipping, I mean, those are like 2 of my favorite things. You have to stay so mentally engaged all day, because when you get a bite, like I was talking about Will in the Cypress earlier, when I got a bite, I was like, what's different about this tree?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it has this. So I started looking for trees that had that. And then like I get bit on some and not on others. And I was like, what's the difference? And like then when you get it dialed, you can just call your shot. But even with punching, man, it's like, are they eating at the top of the mat? Are they eating on the fall? Are you coming up and shaking it? Are they eating at the top? Like all that stuff matters.
So I don't think there's any greater fisherman when it comes to punch bite than Doug Wilson. If you go out and watch him punch and see him do his thing, it's just ridiculous. You know, I mean, he's just very well known for it. He catches just giants doing it. So when I was following him around, first of all, he's got a ridiculous setup. It's like a 8.5 foot rod. You know, he just literally leans over his kayak and just drops it down. He's throwing like at least a 2 ounce weight. With a double stopper, and then he's throwing like a 4-aught or a 5-aught trocar hook, and then he literally will punch anything. Like he'll put a frog on the freaking thing, he'll put like a swim bait on it, he'll throw a worm. I mean,
to validate what Greg's saying, I talked to Doug Wilson one day about punching. I think we're on the phone an hour and a half. Like the guy, knows
insane.
The ins and outs.
It's an art. Yeah, definitely.
What I found that Doug does. I mean, Doug will get into like the deep, thick stuff. I mean, like, you know, way back in the stuff. But most of his fish, when he's punching like that mat, comes off 2 foot, basically a 2 foot edge. And in the South, like you'll see that Sylvania. But what he'll do is he'll find that gator grass.
Yep.
And then Sylvania. And then he'll punch the edge of that gator grass where it meets the Sylvania. And then right along that edge, man, he'll just punch it. And that's where the majority of these big beasts wind up living. So if you can find that edge of that gator grass, freaking punch the hell out of it. They're there.
Hey, amen, Matt Vogt. I'm right there with you, dude.
Like, that's why we love, it's a different kind, but the Charles and some of those trees are so thick that I have like a 2 ounce weight, you know? Yeah. And it's just like, and dude, any sort of thing like that, and that braid squeal, I mean, I think it's the best sound on earth. You know? It's just like,
yeah.
And it's a good one. It's like start screaming. You're like, yeah, here we go. You know, and but then you add the tournament pressure. It's just so much better, you know, because you can lose them too. You know, it's definitely.
Well, you got to get them through the mat, man. I mean, that's not easy. You know,
the most unique style of what we're talking about was I got to fish the Hobie at Rayburn. Did not have a great event, but in practice, I was on a very good bite. And it's crazy because the lake was so flooded. I'm sitting basically in my kayak on top of a tree that's 13 feet underwater. And you were having to punch. You were punching trees. You were throwing like a heavy weight, bouncing it down through the leaves and cover. And you literally get bit while it was falling. And you were jacking these fish and fighting them back up through that. And like, it was the most unique punch bite I've ever had. I don't think I'll ever replicate that because I don't know when a lake will flood like that again. But it was an experience for sure, man.
Look, dude, our KFL match on the Charles, we had where I was going, it screwed me. So I won a tournament for MAKB there, which the MAKB is pretty legit, man.
Yeah,
Like good group anglers, and I won. So we had a big storm the week before our KFL match, and a giant ass pine tree fell across the river and just blocked where I was going. So I was like, oh, dude, I only got to fish like half my stuff.
Oh,
for the
bro, you can
KFL
just
match.
get 50% out of your kayak and it's fine.
Yeah.
You can get over that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the guy that you picked, he does that a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, good pick. Good pick.
No comment. He's my teammate. No comment. But dude, so that pine tree though, man, it was like, I mean, it's like the thickest shit. It's a tree, and it was submerged. And I just took out the big weight. I'm like, dude, a lot of times new wood, and they didn't really contribute, man. And I couldn't get service up there. But I'm like, in my mind, everyone was struggling real bad, and I caught like, I don't know. I mean, so many, probably like 6, 15, 16-inch fish, just like one after another. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to help the boys so much. They're going to be fucking pumped when I upload 6 fish. And I get back and they have like all 18. I'm like, oh, dude, I didn't help anything, but but it was so cool, like a brand new pine tree like that. And I could feel it like dunk, 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 hitting everything on the way down. Then it would just go slack and I would just swing, and it was just like, and then you got to get it through a full pine tree, like needles, everything.
Dude,
it was
these
awesome, dude.
At Rayburn, these are trees that are growing. Like they're on the bank and they're that flooded that, I mean, like you said, you literally punched down and you were like, did I just go through a mat of leaves? And you just feel it go slack. And it was just like, please God, get their head turned and coming up right. Because if it didn't, and please don't be big. I mean, I hate saying that in a tournament, but I was like, God, dude, please don't be a 20 because I don't know if I'm getting you out of this shit.
Yeah,
it's fun, man. You're right. I mean, a punch and bite it's a load of fun, man. When you get on them, it's awesome.
It's the saddest
I wish we had
thing.
more of it.
Oh yeah, I was like, it's the saddest thing since I moved to Austin. It's just there's not that. They said not that I've found yet, but I've got way more bluff walls now and stuff. So I miss having those big grass mats, big pad mats, stuff like that to fish. But a little different, man. Mike, I gotta tell you, man, the bow hunting things got me interested. You hunting public land,
dude? Unfortunately, I had
okay.
So I've been all over the country, I've done like Illinois and bunch of states up here, and I'm pretty into it, man. But I am telling you, dude, it's like I used to shoot like a lot, man. I would practice like religiously, and I've made some big mistakes. So like the last like 3 years, I mean, I'd gone years without like messing up and losing deer and this and that, and I've 3 years in a row screwed up, and I think it's just in my head, and in Massachusetts, I mean, it is a suck ass state for bow hunting, dude. It's a very liberal state. So like half the people like look down their nose at you. And then on top of that, everything's private. It's, difficult to find places to go. And then the public is, it's not pounded, dude. It's like pounded like nothing you've ever seen. And then on top of that, we don't really have a great deer herd. So like you got to kill yourself to shoot like 120-inch 8-pointer unless you're like, now the private's really good. Massachusetts is actually shooting some there's been some huge bucks shot in our state, like good anywhere.
What's huge in Mass?
Oh, like booners. I'm saying like, some real legit, like 170 plus.
Okay. Wow.
Like,
yeah. That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking like big ones, it's not like all the time, like, let's not be ridiculous, but there have been some real giant shot. Actually, Conan, he's been chasing a huge one for years, and his buddy just shot it a week ago at like 9:30 in the morning. And
worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
What's worse, losing a 20-incher in a tournament or having your buddy shoot a deer you've been chasing?
Dude, it's definitely a friggin' deer because, like, you can catch 20-incher again, man. Like, it's so hard to shoot a deer up here. If you like, so I have videos. I let a lot of younger deer walk, and I like to eat them and stuff, but I'm still trying to get a decent one. And God, it's like this year, all you hear on the news is like, food shortages, no diesel, no. I'm like, maybe I should just start roasting everything that walks by and just fill that freezer real good. I mean, it's not the worst thing to have,
Yeah, sure.
But I still like to trophy hunt, dude. And I got some pretty nice ones for up here on camera. And it's, dude, I just actually, as we were talking, I keep looking at my phone. It keeps blowing up, getting cell cam pics, but
Yeah.
nothing worthwhile.
I feel that I started out deer hunting pretty young, and I shot my first deer with a rifle, and I don't think I killed a deer for like the next 12 years because I was like, the rifle is so not fun.
Yeah.
And then I shot one with a bow. The next one I killed was with a bow, and that was game changing, man.
Oh, dude, I think it's the best thing in the world,
dude. It's game changing.
Yeah. Well, you gotta. Hey, listen, man. If you bow hunt, like, I don't know if you've done it, but like, dude, and even if you don't bow hunt, now again, think of this. Like, I'm a lucky guy. I've done a lot of cool shit. Like, fished all over the country, won some tournaments, got my teeth kicked in some, done some crazy hunting. The coolest thing I have ever done is elk hunting up in the Rockies.
Oh,
I mean, dude, it's like, there's no way to even describe what it's like. It's like a dinosaur. Like when you're in those mountains and it's dead quiet and they scream, you like feel it in your chest, dude. It's like, it's unreal, and I shot a big bull. He came down off a ridge. Like we were calling and calling. We were down in this bottom and he was up top and he had a herd of cows and he's just going back and forth screaming, but he won't come down, and we were like just about ready to just be like, screw this bull, like, God damn, like, and my buddies backed up and I was just staying in this meadow. And the second they backed up, it sounded like King Kong coming down the hill. It was just like, crack, crack, like, holy shit, he's coming. And I could see stuff moving through a hedgerow and I just drew back and held. And he burst through. Reminded me of like, the scene in Jurassic Park where the T-Rex blows his head through the fence and is like,
right.
Like that's what he did. He blew through this hedgerow and just was like screamed in my face and I just let it rip, frontal shot. And
wow.
I mean, it was just the coolest thing you'll ever do. I don't even know. Like, it was amazing, dude. It was awesome. So if anybody, if someone's listening or you guys, dude, like, just that experience of being in the mountains and like how wild it is and how, like we got stuck in a lightning storm up there one night. And it's like so scary, dude. It's like, and it was just an adventure, So like that is the coolest thing ever.
You ever talk to Adam Petrone, man? He's actually a professional guide.
Yeah, he was on our team. We we talked
big time elk hunter.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, he's legit as far as that goes, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Best outdoor experience I've ever had also was bow fishing. So still got the bow involved, but on the fishing side, I went to Louisiana. I hired this guy. I didn't know anything about him. Coon ass as hell. Picks us up in an airboat, dude. We went out in an airboat and shot redfish with bow fishing in Louisiana because it's legal there. Dude, that was the most fun shit.
Huge here.
Dude. Huge. Well, yeah, it's huge in Texas too, but we shoot like gar and stuff that's like legal. But in Louisiana, you can shoot reds, so you can actually like eat them.
Right,
dude. That was the most fun shit I've ever. I mean, if anybody's like, "What's your best outdoor experience?" It's that period. That was the most fun I've ever had, dude. That was just.
I got to do it. I still haven't done it.
It's hard. It's hard because I mean the reflectivity of that water, right? You got to like aim like a foot below where the fish is, and then you let it go, man. But it's hard.
And the snap shooting, you don't get to like take your time and be like, okay,
no,
it's like you rip and you just better let it go.
Yeah. Like I've watched the videos, and honestly, it kind of seems like dumb luck. Like you just kind of rip it, and it's like, I mean, maybe that reactive shooting. Like, do you shoot like trad, or are you pulling like a compound? I mean, it's
just a like mini compound, but I mean it's probably 30-pound draw. It's light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really light. You need speed because you're not looking to hold it.
But I'm telling you, if you think it's dumb luck, you and 4 buddies go out on a trip with a guide.
It's hard.
Like you'll know it's not dumb luck at the end of it because the best shooter will shoot the most fish.
Yeah, what sucks too is trying to get the like if you're in the Northeast, has got like harder clay bottoms, right, on the riverbeds and stuff. And if you shoot that freaking arrow into that clay bottom, try to get that freaking arrow out. If you miss, forget it. Like you have to go dig for it, man. It's crazy.
But I mean, it's so cool, especially with what Greg's talking about, like the reflectivity. So like I shot a red at like 60 feet, which was
That's
far.
unbelievable.
But I shot, he was like coming down the bank running, and I shot and hit the water, and I could see that arrow go like literally go down and lift, and I just smoked him right between the gills. And I was like, God, that was so sick. Only time in my life. I mean, yeah, I jokingly be like, damn, I wish I had a GoPro. Dude, I wish I had a GoPro.
So
that was
this guy took me on the Potomac. We were shooting, like gar and snakehead and all this other stuff. And his daughter shot a 60-pound catfish, like in the grass.
Y'all can shoot catfish there? We can't.
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
in Texas.
Oh yeah, well, they're just freaking like, I mean, they're invasive species here, right? And a 60-pound cat, man, and she was trying to reel in the freaking cat on a bow. This thing was thrashing everywhere, dude. This thing was a giant, man. I'm like, good God, man, it's insane.
Yeah, I've got to do quite a bit of bow fishing, man. And on that trip we were at the Reds, the guide told us, do not shoot any big gar. And one of these dumbass kids I went with, he just ripped this like 80-pound gar. Dude, that gar freaking rolled, broke the arrow. And my guide, of course, is like caging his head, like, boys, you got to get another air. And I was like, what did you say? Dude, I just smoked this gar. And I mean, like 3 or 4 of us shot it. And it was just going nuts. And we pulled to the boat. And, it's only like a 80-pounder. I mean, tiny one. But I mean, I've been in the boat on the Trinity River where my buddy shot like a 7-footer.
Damn.
Ripped this gar, took off, and he's holding on to the bow for dear life. And that gar yanked him out of the boat. Supermaned out at the front of it.
Crazy, dude.
Dude, it's a wild deal, man. But it's fun, man.
Mike, you going out in the morning?
I can't tomorrow. I've been going a little too hard, maybe. So I got to take care of some work stuff, and I think it's going to rain like crazy and blow like.
Well, yeah, we got 30. That hurricane coming up the coast, right?
I know, it sucks, dude. This year has been really hard with the weather. You know, like I had so many deer on camera, and I don't know. I just think we need a nice cold front, which we're going to get next week. But,
yeah, no, we need something. Yeah.
So I'm taking tomorrow morning off, but
there you go.
Be back at it.
Well, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there, man. It's Veterans Day tomorrow, man.
Yep.
The banks work. We get a day off, man. So I'm taking a day off. I might do a little fishing in the morning, but we'll see, man. Well, boys, we're going to get out of here, man. Blake, Mike, thanks for joining, man.
Dude,
thanks for having me.
Can't wait. TOC starts tomorrow.
Let's go.
Got some rain coming. Cold fronts coming.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good tournament, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck to the Northern guys. Hopefully Justin puts on a show. We'll see.
Justin
Lacast. Yeah, Justin.
Okay, he's not on any of our teams, so
I think Zapala. I was gonna pick him. I just put like my spin on it, and I'm like, I would probably suck there. So
yeah,
I'm not saying he's gonna stink, but I'm like, if we're betting for money, I gotta pick the guys that are
well, I mean,
there all the time. He's
well, everybody on me and BK's team. Good luck, man. Absolute slam. Everybody else can go.
Everybody else choke it up.
Choke it out, man.
Yeah.
All right, boys. We'll see you.
See you later.
Thanks for joining.